Yeah, we are here starting another week. Um Monday, a bit chilly than what it was the weekend because God Almighty, as much I like the warm weather, I don't want to stand that heat, which was last week. Saying that, a Brazilian guy, the only difference is 30 degrees Celsius in Brazil is okay. 30 degrees Celsius in the UK, wow. You need to experience that the humidity in the air and how it becomes is absolutely awful. So I'm happy the weather just cooled down a little bit. Yeah, today should be about 17, 18 degrees. Not bad, okay, but 30 degrees is way too much. But how you guys doing anyway? I'm not here to talk about me, I'm here to ask how you guys keeping. How is everything on your side? Did you have a great weekend? What's new with you all guys? On my side is all the same, nothing changed around here. Just getting old slowly. Back to work, still busy with work, with delivering coal. And not crazy busy, but as the price has come down a little bit, people they want to make sure they will get a better price before it goes up again. So, for me, it's just another day at work. For you guys, I have no idea unless you tell me. How is everything with you? How you keeping? How's life? Yes, you guys, as you guys can see, it's one of those long days, you know. Plenty of dusty. It's starting another week. But looking forward for the holiday at some point, if we're still gonna be alive by then, because the world is going mad. The world is going absolutely mad. People lost the sense of community. People lost the sense of reality. War everywhere. People complain about things is becoming more and more expensive in the shop. The petrol is getting more expensive. Everything is getting expensive. The war is going to kill thousands of people. The other war is going to kill millions of people. Yes, it will. One thing what people don't realize is the fact the world has been always in some kind of war. The first, the second, now people talking about maybe we are going to have the third world war. It's already started. People didn't realize it. People simply don't realize it yet. The difference is we only see and we only recognize the war when it's knocking our door. People still believe. I believe the Second World War never ended, never finished. It's just changed geographically. So as long as it's not in Europe or in America or around us, we don't care about it. But Africa, the war never stopped. Civil wars or different places in Africa, the war is been always there. Okay. Now, when it gets closer to us, then we start thinking, I think it's going to be sort of problems. I think we are going to be affected with the war. People trying to find excuses for the war. Yeah, with the war because people are making thousands and millions and billions in money. On my opinion, the war has nothing to do with money. Absolutely nothing. Is to do with power. Give power to a man, and then you're gonna find out who he is. Once he experiences the power, they will never want to let it go. They don't want to let it go because they can control whatever they want. On the other hand, simple people like me, that's some dust, who wake up in the morning to come to work, to pay the bills, who lives a very simple life, has nothing to offer to no one, just to myself, to my family, I'll be always wrong. Because I'm black, I'm poor, I'm blah blah. I know I don't have those rights, but I still can come here and in my channel I can say whatever I want. And I allow people to say whatever they want to. People don't have to agree with me. They can have their own opinion about whatever they believe. You know, some of my friends, they will say, oh, you're a very pessimistic person. And then I will have to say, no, I'm a realistic. I see what happens around me. I see the situation, what's coming around myself. Oh, just guy, how you doing, buddy? How's life with you? How you keeping? People will ask, are you worried about what's happening around the world? Yeah, of course I'm worried. I have family, I have a child. I have family, I have friends all over the world. If I have to say, am I worried? Yes. What can I do to change it? Me? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And if I cannot control something, I rather not opinion about it. I rather just to keep myself for myself. So one of the things people keep asking me about politics. I don't talk much about politics because I don't understand politics. I don't know what politics is about. Well, in fact, I do. But my opinion about politics might be completely different than a lot of people. So to not make the mistakes and saying bullshit about politics, I rather keep my mouth shut. The architect, how you doing? Whatever message it was in there, nice to meet you, nice to see you, how you keeping? So, I don't know, guys. I'm a very strange person, and I admit it. I don't hide myself from what I say. What I say is good for me. What I do is good for me. If I can help anybody else, I'll make sure I'll help somebody else. If I cannot help other people, I'm not going to be on their way. I'm not going to disturb them. I'm not going to be a storm on their path. Now, some of my friends will ask, and they will never have that answer coming from me. They ask, are you right? Are you left? Politics, point of view. And I keep telling them, look, you don't ask me this kind of question because you're never going to get my answer. I don't bend to the left, I don't bend to the right, I don't stay in the middle. I'm straightforward. I look ahead. I want to know what's in the future. I don't want to think or talk about past. The only thing I want to talk about the past is in my culture when I teach history. Then I need to go back on time to find out the answers to give to my students. That's the only time I'm going to think about past. Now, about my life. If I'll come here today and tell you guys, well, when I was a child, I suffered quite a lot because I come from a poor family, and I can give you, I can be talking to you here to make you cry and feel sorry for me. What the hell am I doing for myself? I don't want people to feel sorry for me. You make decisions in life, you know, and those decisions will follow you for the rest of your life. My decision to learn martial arts, to travel around the world, well, when I was traveling around the world, as a single man, as competitions and giving classes, leading workshops, or you name it, and I ended up in the UK. That was my first trip when I came outside of Brazil. But back when I was a child, my mother was always saying to me, right, you should go and learn something for your future. dactylography. That was the only thing what we could do in my time in the end of the 80s or beginning of the 90s to look for the future. But as I said, I never have money to pay for the house. So capoeira was something what I decided. So that's what I want to learn, because I believe I'm going to have a great future learning this thing. But my great future was for the simple fact of not being beaten on the streets. That was the only reason I started training capoeira, to learn how to protect myself. I never understood how big that could be or how much that would have changed my life. If 34 years ago someone would come to me and say, this, what you have just started now, will change your life, will allow you to live in another country, will allow you to speak another 3 or 4 different languages, it will allow you to travel and make money and discover new places and new cultures. I'm gonna give you a profession. I would simply say, whatever. But through the time is passing, and I'm learning a bit more, and I'm getting older, and I'm seeing this, what I'm doing, this martial arts actually leading into something, even in Brazil, that helped me for my self-coordination. It helped me to develop skills with my body to protect myself, or just to show off, or to dance, or to take the shyness from inside and just talk to the world, like I'm doing right now. I know a lot of people with a better English and Portuguese than mine. Very well educated people, but they don't have the courage of putting themselves in front of a camera and talking to people and express themselves and just to let the world know what they do. Because they will feel, because they say, right, I don't know how to do it, I'm very shy, I'm afraid of talking to people, people start criticizing me, self-confidence. People, they can have whatever they want. If they don't have self-confidence, is one step backwards in anything what you want to do for your life. To get a new job, to get into a relationship, well, sometimes you don't really want to get in a relationship to be confident, but you need the blood confidence. I'm not saying what I do, I'm not saying for every single person training capoeira will help them with those skills. But it did help me. Make me understand. People, friends, they will criticize what I do. They will tell me to stop, mainly my friends. They will say, oh, stop this shit, what you're doing there, you will not get nowhere with your videos. You will get nowhere with your capoeira. You will get nowhere thinking the way you do about politics. So, live a simple life. Go and vote, go to work, come back home, pay your bills, protest, criticize, swear. Yeah, I'm a human, I do all of that. But I find, when is the right time if I can just come and swear? When is the right time I can come and talk about politics? When is the right time I can come and talk about religion? When talk about my friends? Because one of the things I'll tell you straight away, I have no great conversations with my friends when we're talking about serious stuff. No. With the friends what I have, some of them, when I'm a bit sad, there is one in particular I want to talk to. Sometimes when I'm in a happy mode, I want to speak with a different one. When I'm ill, I don't speak with none of them, because you want to know who your friends are. Go to the hospital, be ill, stay in bed, or say you don't have money. Everybody disappears like that. Like a smoke in the air. Vanish. Now, you really don't have to believe in what I'm telling you. Because when people ask me, so how many friends do you have? I'm honest to say, not many. I know a lot of people. And every single day, I meet a lot of different people for what I do. And then you may ask, but what a coal man knows about meeting people, he knows about life. Well, I was not born as a coal man. I became a coal man not because I was in need of getting a job. I became a coal man because I wanted to become a coal man. The benefits of becoming a coal man, the benefits for me to carry on my projects, to carry on with my own life. I'm a chef. I was an area chef, I was a head chef, I was a, you name it. I was a professional chef before I decided I don't want to do nothing with hospitality anymore because I want to have a life back. But only few people don't understand that. When I say few people, I'm talking about those who needs to work 14, 15, 16 hours a day, sometimes 7 days a week without a day off. That's not what I want. That's not what I study for. Now you're going to say to me, yeah, but look at you now, you just became a coal man. Yes, because now I have a life. It's not about the money. Of course, I don't have the money that I had before at work. But for the amount of hours I was working, sometimes I wonder, was that really worth all of the money I had? I was getting paid for the hours I was working. No, it wasn't worth. My health was on the line. Every single day after a long shift, you don't want to do anything apart of getting drunk, going to the pub, going to the bar, but that's the only time you have to hang out, socialize with your friends. That's the time when you believe you have friends. You just find out they are not such a good friends anymore when the money is not flowing like it used to anymore, when you are not able to pay the next round of alcohol, or you're not smoking, or, well, I never did drugs anyway, but if you don't have money to buy drugs or to, to please people. So I used to call it buying the friendship. But all the time I needed that. So you start paying drinks to everyone, you start just going out with everyone, paying meals. You basically pay to somebody to spend some time with you. When you decide, right, I don't think going out is good for me anymore, I would like to save some money, or I would like to change my lifestyle. Yeah, that's your decision, go. But a lot of what you believed that was a friendship will go with it. People won't stuck with you. People will not support you on your life changing. Mainly when you get ill. Because I have that experience as well, and having plenty of people around you calling you a friend, calling you the best mate, calling you, well, the best friend, the best man. They gonna put you on the throne. You just need to be in the hospital for 3 days to find out who they are or what they want from you. Because I remember back in 2009, and I went to the hospital to have a surgery done on my meniscus. So it was a very simple surgery. It was nothing, wow, no. On the same day, I went to the hospital at 7 in the morning, and I believe by 4:30 in the afternoon, the doctors look at me, right, home. And I said, what do you mean home? Yeah, get yourself home. And I said, well, is the ambulance not taking me there? No, you provide your own means to get back home. Your own transport. And okay. And then, here we go, start calling one friend. Look, I'm just getting out of the hospital. Can you give me as a hand? Oh, I'm so busy now. I'm so sorry. I cannot do that for you right now. You call another one that was, I'm talking about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I call another one. Oh, you just woke me up. I was sleeping. Say, yeah, because I just need a lift from the hospital back home. Oh, sorry, man, I just had too many drinks last night. I don't think I'm able to drive. I say, okay, fine. We're talking about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know. I call about maybe 4 or 5 friends. No one went to pick me up. No one. So, anyway, just being taken outside in the wheelchair, called a taxi. The taxi took me back home. I was in bed. 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 27th of December. I spent Christmas on my own, and I was living in a house with another 5 people. Those 5 people, they decide to go party for Christmas, to go to friend's house for a nice meal. And I was there on my own. I had 2 visitors. One girl which I was seeing all the time, and she came on the Christmas Eve to see how I was doing because she was at work on the other days anyway. And one guy who was my first capoeira student in the UK, a guy from Ecuador called Freddy. So he was the one who came to see me, and he was bringing food to me after work. He also was a chef, so he was finished work around 11 p.m. and he was getting like a takeaway, lasagna or whatever. Every night he was coming to see me. He was the only person in 5 days who came to see me. I couldn't even stand up to get some water in the tap, and he was there making sure I had a bit of water on the side, I had some food on the side, and I would cope with the situation once I was in. Once I stood up and I started walking, everybody was like, oh, how you doing? It's been a while since I last saw you. I thought you'd come around for the meal on Christmas Eve. And then I started looking at everyone and I say, guys, thank you very much, all of you, for not sending even one message when I was in the hospital, when I was in bed, when I had a surgery done on my knee. I don't expect nothing from absolutely nobody, but you know, when some of you are in need, when some of you need a little support, you know I'm always there. So we're gonna forget about that situation and we don't talk about that anymore. So I never allowed my friends to talk to me again about friendship. And I say, I don't have friends. I can count in this hand how many friends I have had in the past 19 years I'm in England. I know a lot of people, I meet different people every single day, but to call them my friends is another story, is another conversation. So I feel quite embarrassed when I go around and some of my students, young guys from the uni or some guys from young people, and they come to me and say, well, I have 10,000 friends on Facebook, I have these friends, I have those friends, I hung out with all of my friends, and I start wondering, friends, really? Do you really believe they are all your friends? If that's what you believe, just send them a message, say you need some money because your car broke down in the middle of the motorway, and tell them you need some money within 10 minutes, just to see how many friends will reply to that message. They will see it, they won't reply to it, at least for half an hour, because the 10 minutes you gave to them will pass. So they will believe somebody else will get in touch with you. You're only going to find out who your real friends are when you are in blood needs. And trust me, it happens all the time. There's another situation in Brazil. I lost a friend of mine, 2002. That was the first guy who died with AIDS in my city in the south of Brazil. He was going out with a lot of people from the capoeira club, from outside, you know. He was the one who used to say, I have plenty of friends. He got ill. Only 3 people was left to help him out. I'm not going to mention names here, okay, because I don't have permission from those people, but I can tell you something. He was helping every single person in all the ways you can imagine, financially, with fights, or going to give food. He was helping hell a lot of people. When he got ill, everybody disappeared. I was about 17. I was just turning 18 on the time when he told me what he had, and we were neighbors, okay, so we used to live maybe 100 yards away from each other. So I was never going out with him because I was only 17. I could never go out, but this guy was helping every single person who I knew in the circle around us. When he got ill, 3 guys was left behind. I'm gonna say the nickname: Simão, Simpson, and Branco. Nobody else. And I was just the young one who started going out with him to go to, to the countryside, to his sister who used to live in the country, or to go for a bit of fishing, or I started going out with him. But everybody could see he was changing. And I was such a stupid, ignorant guy. So he was always saying to me, oh, I have an illness and I'm gonna die. And I was like, no, look, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be okay. I never found out he has AIDS 3 months before he died. That was the time when he came to me, look, now I think you are my friend, so I'm going to tell you what I have. And then he told me. And then what would I do? Nothing. I was just there with him for the time being. I was just there. So I was at work, I was coming back home. One of my mother was saying, well, I'm not saying his name, his brother came here and said if you can go and get some Gatorade for him because he needs something to hydrate himself. He's not well, and nobody's answering his phone. I was going there, I was coming back, I was taking food, I was coming back. I was there for him as much as I could for the amount of time what I had. Where is everybody else? Where are people who, when they were in fight, like 5, 6 people, fight one guy who was just jumping there and say, okay, what's happening here? He was sorting all the issues for everyone when he needed at least one person to come to say hello. Not even to ask how you're doing because we saw the guy was dying. Just one person, just to go there, open the door. Hey, I just came to say hi. Nobody was doing it. On the day when he died, I went with my bicycle to let people know. On the time, it was only few people who had mobile phones to communicate. 2002 in Brazil. March, that was the 8th or 9th of March 2002. So I got my bike and I started going around and said, look, the guy passed away. And some people, oh, well, finally he can rest, oh, poor guy, oh, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, the funeral. Well, no, I'm not going to the funeral because I want to remember the guy when he was healthy, when he was like strong. I don't want to see him dead, or I don't think I can stand to see him in the coffin. Few people said that on that night. Few. When I say few, between 15 to 20 people. And then I just turned back. On the funeral, only these 4 guys I mentioned, including myself, were there to see him before they took the body. So, and they started realizing, why nobody's coming here to see the guy? He was friends with everyone. What's happening? Why nobody's here? Why people don't come to see him? Until you start realizing, people, they don't give you a shit about you. People don't give you a shit about us. They don't care about us. Sometimes, even your family members don't give a damn about you. It's you and yourself who needs to leave. That's why I say, when I pass away, on the day when I die, I already said to my wife, there's only 5 people in the UK, you're gonna tell them I passed away. I don't want any ceremony, throw the body to the vultures, they can eat it, or just, don't spend money, don't do party, don't do after, because in England, that's what people do. But in Brazil, it's completely different. You die today, tomorrow you're dead, that's it. 24 hours, bad. I don't want to come. I don't want anyone crying. If I'm ill in bed, I don't want no one to come to visit me, because if they don't say hello while I'm still strong, I don't want no one to come when I'm dead. Just to look at me and say, well, he was a good friend, he was a nice person. Fuck that shit. I don't give a damn about people come to see when I'm dead. So remember, guys, you have only one life. Don't live from the past. Excess of past brings depression. Excess of future brings anxiety. Live today. You don't know if tomorrow you're still going to be here. You don't know if tomorrow you're going to have the chance to say hi to someone. You don't know if tomorrow you're going to have the chance to spend time with your family, the quality time with your child, with your parents. This is what I want for myself. The rest, fuck it. Fuck the shit. If people invite you for a little party, fine. If they don't invite you, fine. Like 2 years ago, a friend of mine said, well, we had a barbecue, but we didn't invite you because we didn't know where you were. And I said, look, my telephone number is the same. My address is the same. The fact I don't go out with you guys and get drunk anymore does not mean I stopped being your friends. I just have different priorities. But if I cannot be remembered when you guys have a little celebration, it will make no much difference in my life, because I'm still spending time with my family. I'm making my own shit. I'm here talking to you guys. I'm saying a lot of bullshit in here, and a lot of people don't give a damn about what I'm talking about. So guys, please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If you didn't leave your like, motherfuckers, leave your like here. If you don't leave, fuck it. I'll see you guys later.